What's up? Alright. I'm joining. Hey Siri, what time is it?
MCG Snellville at 11:20 a.m. 4:40.
Shut up. Who I'm gonna be?
Y'all know his name? Ayo, Mac, ladies and gentlemen, C5. Oh! Wayne time. Oh! Yeah. Zone. Let me see your shoulders work. I mean, I don't know what y'all came here to do, but
he's a great wide receiver.
What the though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go. Wow, get the though. I don't bluff, bro. At your head, like a buffalo. You a roughneck, I'm a cutthroat. You a tough guy, that's enough jokes. Then the sun died, the night is young though. The diamonds still shine, in the rough. What the though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, where the ones go? It's a show, put you front row. Talking bro, let your tongue show. Money over and above, that is still my favorite love quote. Put the aside, what the for? I sleep with the when she don't snow. What the yo? Where the love go? Trade the ski mask for the it's a bath. Where the suns go? It's a Swiss beat. That'll drums go. If she's iffy,
Amari Cooper's a beast.
if she's double cup toast, I got a duffel full of hundos. That'll love go. Where's the uproar? What the though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go. Wow, get the though. I don't bluff, bro. At your head like a buffalo. What the though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go. Wow, get the though. I don't bluff, bro. At your head like a buffalo. Get the though. I don't bluff, bro. I come out the scuffle without a scuffle.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Carolina Panthers.
What the fuck is this?
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And they're able to get this one across the...
I'm changing my quarterback. I'm gonna get 60 overall.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Now Newton on 1st down. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted.
I forced it.
Picked off near the 42. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive,
first
interception thrown.
And that last one,
CPU. Bro, CPU.
So 5 yards there is one of the big guys up front move.
We ain't even got set yet.
You get the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Prescott, flush to his right. And that's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Now Prescott. Hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Football going back over to the Carolina Panthers here, and for Carolina, it's hard to fathom what went wrong with them this season. It's been said before, we talked about it, they were 6-2 at the midway point, right in the mix for a first-round bye, and then everything kind of went wrong from there on out.
I wonder if we'll look back at that Thursday nighter in Pittsburgh where they got absolutely blasted. And at the time, we thought it was kind of a one-off, you know? Bad night, throw it out, here we go. But that led to a really bad stretch of football for Carolina, a lot of losses. And you just wonder, did that game take so much out of them that it was hard for them to bounce back? Now, look, the playoff thing for them is going to figure on a lot of other teams.
And he goes down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He was trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. Well, partner, as the Cowboys come back out here, I want to ask you to assess the season. The first couple months of the year for Dallas starting to look like they'd be sitting at home in January. Then the Amari Cooper trade comes. They breeze through November unbeaten, part of a 5-game winning streak. But then, a real head-scratcher, Week 15, they get shut out in Indianapolis.
You just wonder if all the wins they got in there, those 5, which were all tough, physical, hard-hitting battles, if it took a little bit out of them before they went on the road and lost Indianapolis in Week 15. But if they get to the playoffs, which it looks like they're going to, are they a threat to New Orleans? Are they a threat to Los Angeles? Are they a threat to Chicago? To me, they are only if it's a low-scoring, physical affair. That's when Dallas plays at its best, and that's what they'll have to do to reduce some of those high-flying teams like New Orleans and Los Angeles.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They give him a gain of 37.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. K1 short. Continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. On second down, Elliott. And held running right through it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A nice job of just sticking the helmet down 9 yards on the play, but still 3rd and 12 now. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first. A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. The give is to Elliott. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
A give to Elliott. And a few little style points on the juke, but not much room to maneuver after that. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
46.
Now Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mario Addison coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down.
Why don't you take your points?
46.
4th down, Prescott. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Panthers will get the football back. Well, partner, league-wide, I think we're set up for a wild month of January. It seems like this season, more than others, we've had a number of teams that you maybe say, hey, they're the Super Bowl favorites. Kind of the Rams early, then it was the Chiefs. Paid pressure, gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Jamarcus Lawrence in there to bury him for a loss of 11. From his goal line here, Newton.
Bruh, I pressed the button, bruh.
Newton can't escape the pressure, and it's a safety. So after a scoreless first quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board.
But it can't be what either of us expected, can it?
No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And this one brought in by Gathers. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. They'll roll him out right. Oh, Prescott stripped. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down. That fits the bill.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
Hello? What's up? Alright. Alright. I'll be there in a minute. Alright, bro, I gotta go. Yeah.
A first down carry by Elliott. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to...
Alright, bro. Alright, bro.